So I'm making this video real quick to talk about how I became a TERF. And I think that's important because people are being called TERFs all over social media right now. And I think a lot of people have become scared of that label, understandably so, because it kind of is supposed to mean that you're a bigot and nobody wants to be that. So a TERF, or trans exclusionary radical feminist, um, is anybody that doesn't believe that transgender identity erases biological sex. Basically, in a lot of ways, that's what it's become. um, I was always a big supporter of human rights for trans people and non-discrimination for trans people, and I still very much am, because I think trans people, no matter what you may think of them, are people largely who are pretty confused about kind of who they are, or and how they're supposed to move about in the world, and what is comfortable for them and what is right for them. And I think we should always be sensitive to that. So I don't think calling people by slurs is going to be helpful in a debate. At the same time, though, we need to really think critically about what accepting the trans agenda means for women. And that's something that a lot of women aren't doing because, uh, like I say, in liberalism and in progressivism right now, one of the worst things you could be called is a TERF, and that is silence some debate. So I just want to make this video just to let people know that there are other women out there that are thinking about what this means for us, and we're not entirely satisfied with the answers that we're getting, and we're just waiting for other women to start kind of thinking about it more and begin to process what it will mean for them, so we can have a genuine conversation between radical feminists and the transgender movement about what the boundaries of each group will be, because that's really exactly what has been avoided thus far. And it seems like the trans agenda, like it seems like there's a lobby that's just kind of pushing different concepts, different legislation, different policies, and we never really got to talk about it because our mainstream media, um, just our journalism in general in America, doesn't support actual debate about substantive topics. It just supports really narrow, predefined debate on topics pre-approved by the establishment. So by the parties, essentially. So those of us that have really pressing or new emerging concerns, we're kind of left to fend for ourselves. Um, but that's like I say, why I'm making this video, and I'm going to continue to make more. I've been watching YouTube, and I've seen some videos from some really good people. Like Raya is really good. She's a trans woman that is kind of gender critical and has been called a TERF herself. Um, so far, the person with the best analysis on Facebook that I've seen, it would have to be a tie between, right now, a tie between Manchees and Miranda Yardley. Now, Miranda Yardley's got more academic depth to it, but of course Manchees brings lived experience, and she just will voice over any video, and she just nails it with analysis. So we're in good company, those of us that are beginning to open our eyes to the fact that male privilege is still stepping over women's protections and boundaries. This is going to be difficult. This is going to be really difficult. But those of us that are ready to lead the way, I think, could be important in reawakening a women's movement. So, if you see this video and you're interested in, talking about the impacts of transgenderism and the transgender agenda on women and girls specifically, um, please leave a comment. I'd love to talk more. Like, I'm really trying to learn more. I'm really trying to explore. Um, and I really look forward to getting this dialogue going, because it's long past time um, for this for these questions to be addressed. Um, I think I think everybody can come out a winner on this, though. So, I personally don't come at this from a place of hate, and I know a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people are really frustrated, and a lot of people feel really disrespected by the system. And I think that if trans women and biological women can come together and just agree to stop using slurs, and really just commit to hashing it out um, on the substance, then we would all be really much better served, and we could really move the ball forward. And I'm cautiously optimistic that that is what will happen. So thanks for watching this video, and hopefully I will get to make more, and we'll get to kind of explore that topic together, and hopefully the national narrative begins to shift soon, because right now, it really is stuck in a place of, no talking, no questioning allowed, and that is obviously going to have some really, really bad impacts down the line. But let's just keep the lines of communication open. So thanks for watching.